So the first thing we're going to do when we get into this module, first lesson we're talking about is why you should make eye contact with people. Why would that matter? And just to start off, eye contact is especially important when you meet people for the first time. It's always important, but when you meet that person for the first time, it's honestly probably harder to make eye contact with that person at that point, but it's also more important. And it's also super important when you talk to people who have authority. Now, I've kind of glossed over this term a couple times, but the idea is that you are going to have people who have authority over you for the rest of your life as long as you want to participate in society. You don't have to have people who have authority over you. I would never tell you that. Authority is something we give to other people because we want something from them or from whatever institution or organization they're part of. So if you think about it, like you could just find your way to like Antarctica and dig a hole in the ground and just like live there alone in the middle of the like tundra, and no one would have authority over you. You'd be set. But you wouldn't have any of the benefits we have of living in a society where we have authority. The idea would be that if you live in a city and you have someone robbed from you, you get to call the police. But because you get to call the police, you also make the exchange that you're going to let the police have some authority over you. If you don't want police, there's plenty of countries where the police force doesn't work and doesn't protect you, and you can get away with stuff that the police won't catch you doing, but you don't get any benefit either. So if you want that benefit, you give up some authority. The government forces us to pay taxes. A lot of us don't like that. Well, go live in a country with no roads. In a country with no roads, you don't have to pay taxes for roads. But if we look out our window here, we got a road, and we all pay for that by chipping in a little bit of our money, and the government said we had to do it, and then they spent it on taxes. And obviously, I'm not saying all taxes are a good idea, or even close to it, but that idea that the government has authority to do things, well, it's because we get a benefit from them. And if we don't like it, we can go to a place where we give up that benefit, but we don't have that authority. That whole thing will carry on through your entire life. Right now, you're sitting in school. I have authority over you as your teacher. Mr. Sage has authority over you as your principal. You're also free to leave. You could leave, but then you lose the benefit of getting an education. And there's not a whole lot you can do in this life without an education in terms of having a healthy and successful life where you get to have choice over what you do for the rest of your days. And if you think about when you go to get a job someday, you're going to get a job and you're going to have a boss. I have a boss. His name is Mr. Sage. He has authority over me. And if Mr. Sage has authority over me, I could just get up and walk away right now. Bye. Oh, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't get up and walk away right now because the benefit I get is that I get paid to do this job and I like it. So because I get that benefit, I give up authority to somebody else. So authority is just an exchange we make. And with those authority figures, they have the power to make your life either really easy and pretty fun or not so easy and really fun. And a lot of things we're going to talk about in these next coming lessons is how you deal with those authority figures in a way that creates a positive perception with them. So they think of you as a positive person and then they treat you better because of it. So when you make eye contact, here's what it does for you. It makes you look like you believe in yourself and what you're saying. Because not making eye contact, it makes you look kind of unsure of yourself and like you're not really sure what you're talking about. When you make eye contact, you look confident and you look like you believe in yourself. The question I've asked before when I've taught this lesson to a whole class is, have you ever crossed the border into Canada? And if you have, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, here's the story. When you go to cross the border in Canada, you drive up in your car to a little window, and someone in that window might ask you some ridiculous questions. I've crossed the border before, and they've asked me questions like, hello, sir. Are you carrying any guns with you to Canada? Do you have any drugs? Now, I gotta say, I drive a Prius, or one of my cars is a Prius. A Prius is about the least threatening car there is. It pretty much shouts to the world, I've given up. So, when I drive my Prius into Canada, it's ridiculous that the border guard asks me, sir, do you have any guns with you? Like, really, dude? Does it look like I'd have guns in this car? I don't think I could fit a gun in this car. But what that border guard is looking for, one thing they're looking for, is eye contact. Because when humans lie, we tend to break eye contact. We tend to do it without even thinking about it. It's an instinctual reflex we have. And so when you make eye contact, you're giving someone else the instinctual idea that you're honest and you're telling the truth and that what you're saying is something you believe in. So what you're going to do in this video, you're going to come up and talk to me. You're just going to come up when you're done with this video and say, hey, what's up, Mr. Cowan? Or, hey, Mr. Cowan, how's it going? That's all you have to do. And when you do, make eye contact. And then after you say that, I'm going to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And you probably are going to want to say something like, well, I'm finishing the eye contact thing, so I know what's up. Or you could just be like, hey, what's up, Mr. Cowan? And I'll be like, what's up? What's going on? And you could just be like, and I'll probably figure it out, and it'll be really weird and awkward. All right, go do that.